السلام حبايبي قاعدين نتفرجوا فينا كنا معاكم سيروس نرجعوا ليتس بلاي ذا لاتر ابيزود 7 مازلنا في اوليمات تاع الكونتري ميساج نقول لكم على ان شاء الله نهاركم تعدى لاباس وجيسبيغ اللي غدوه يجيكم تعدى نهار خفيف في كنتوا تفرجوا في هذا في الليل نورمالمون بين نهار ونهار سو يا نرجعوا لليتس بلاي. اخر مره ماتت روز مازلنا نعرفوا حتى شيء بريسك على كيفاش مات même si نورمالمون حكايه سور ناتوريل. So yeah, next morning, a buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body wants to sleep still to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. Tell me about it. لا نعرف اللي بزيت اللي فات قلت لي كيفاش نجم ترقد اما قالت تو فاستي to forget what I heard. Yeah. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the night before. If I've even slept at all, the memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me, because of one letter way too curious to look at. I was way too curious. Should have been more careful. Should have just kept my mouth shut. Should have just destroyed it before anyone else has gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks instantly, mockingly when I look at it as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. To all BRC employees, checking the list out of habit more than anything. In light of the recent end events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 to 2, to the 3 to the 4. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy and policies, and will be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales report for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, John Alice Schultz, BRC Human Relationship Manager. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. Today we dine in hell. Today my feels just feel limby. Today my limbs just feel heavy. نعاود نقول لكم اللي I'm stressed شوية خاطر تصيرني حياتي ليل دونك ديزولي إذا كان داخل بعضي. On one hand going will keep me busy. Exactement. On one hand playing let's plays will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, this place itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. Exactement. Maybe I'll just go to work. Hoping won't get me anywhere. Better be in the open. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how things get bad. Which doesn't smile, I'm a come and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me to see. Send this to 5 people, all else. I know I'm about to 5 people that catch mood. Every word written on it glares at me. They sneer, they ridicule, like living beings awfully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag. Fucking bag. Perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. Fucking c'est bon عاد هذه وين بهمة تعرف تقتل الليتر خبي الخرا. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. I have to. It's too late now. Before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Living on my own. Paper rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. It's a party tonight. Overall today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Expected. It isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken thick questions. No doubt everyone present has heard about it, Kahabit. If they have missed tonight's report, they'll likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet, or on Facebook. Everywhere is a babysitter. Everywhere is a babysitter. It's a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone, it's given me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. Yeah, it will. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. I have to launch my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. أنا هكا لك ماهيش n'importe quel colleague. Oddly appreciate it more if he just shouts at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors.
My respective supervisor is dead.
By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff?
AWOL staff. فماش معناها الله يعين.
None? HR, you know what
كي
to
هذه
do.
مقبل ما تموت الأخرى.
Santos, a word? In my office?
Okay. At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. Careful. Time flies when you do and what? Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. What? Time flies when you do. Time flies when you fly. Doesn't make sense to me. Everyone's already leaving. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that. I don't.
The Hotspot Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one recognizable name after another. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Missing? Aren't they still? I've got to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping against the keys filled the background about the place, the history, and I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of stuff, but they may have a lot of agents hired under the company, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mention for the open house. Yeah, then the letters. No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking. It's not the letter. It's the house.
But Rose is...
letter هي حاجة تستعملها الهاوس ولا الحكاية في الهاوس باش تجيب عبيد من البر. Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. Those people Rose the letter.
I need to...
wait, عيدك ليمين.
No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Just camera, but evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that would be useful. I grab them, all of them, and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cut sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
لا هذه حس تاع الكوبي تاع the copy machine شو اسمها هذا فوتوكوبيوز شو تعمل امبريمي حاجة creepy. Someone must have left their printer open again. Yes, it's the printer. Actually, I'm watching you, Kabakik. I may be in a hurry, but if don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. حبار بليش هو ها والله عندي كرش حبار بحدي خليته فين الامبليمنت تاعي. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. عندي صنع هذيك حتى ياسر تشبه لي بيرسوناج امان كتموت مزمر. Each stride my feet takes also echoes through the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learn to appreciate. Doesn't take me long to find it, but by the time I turn it off, 5 copies are already oh my god, 5 copies strewn about on the ground. The paper tray having also been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up to put someplace proper, but the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. The chill that makes it way up my spine is mumbling as that day in the attic. The sheets crankle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it rasps through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, I take the first step out of here. Total darkness suddenly envelops me. Hey, Wash! Wash! Hey, صباح! And as if hearing every horror through running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in the body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own treacherous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Oh my fucking god. It's her! Aslam! Let's know her up! Standing in the only exit of the office! Albeit facing away from me. Yeah, she doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's... Oh my fucking god, tattered, close and unsightly gate. Same person in the attic. I take a step back and the pen I'm holding slips from my hand. Her entire head turns. Not cute! A scream almost escapes my mouth and I ducked under my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk. The wide clicking that follows her. Clicking? And telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder and the one thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand covering my mouth. Someone, please save me. Anyone. The janitor! I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, don't let her hear me. Shit. Yes, it is it. Yes, it is it. Uh-oh.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation.
Not really a religious person right here, but...
Evil. Amen.
None of her footsteps, nor those chilling sounds she make, only silence. Is it safe? Another second passes. No, nothing comes. خرا فش عندي السخطة. فش عندي السخطة. ياسر تزرب امان. ليه لا خلينا نركز معها. ياسر. Oh my fucking god.
Our Father, give us and
حبشرها. Oh my god مش بالعاني. Oh fuck. امشي. It's oh fuck. زرب مش بالعاني. It's... What the fuck am I doing? بيزي بفشعتكم هاي. C'est bon? Whew, the second minute stretch before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly open my eyes to take a peek. I don't... I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, let out silent pleas to whatever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live. Hannah? No! كش نلعب بهانا تو. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. كمان شبيت على إيزابيلا الأولانية. رجع لي إيزابيلا يا ولدي. ليه. God damn it. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang on. They hang on me, onto me, to my... إذا بنحكي بشوية noblesse. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling and had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we are honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Kinda right!
عندك حاجة واحدة في حلقك ولا؟ تاخد شوية قهوة. Objection! There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. بيدي تبع البوليسية باش يقولنا على فست شو صار blah blah. Of course I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
معناه كي قيد ورقة ذا كي قيد على كي صحح على الدوكيومون يتسمى صحح officially. He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I am quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke. Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee. However, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship, matriarch where we would have awkward double dates. I mean, I have nothing against double dates. أما إذا كنتوا تحبوش بعضكم الأربعة أحكي معنا as friends. إذا كنتوا تحبوش بعضكم الأربعة الزوز الثلاثة. See my point? That's bad. I didn't even recall his first name. His first name is Officer. It starts with an N. Nigga! Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said, is that a problem with that? I'm a person of color. I can say that. apparemment نجم نقول. Bon, هذا سوجي آخر كبير جملة وحبش تدخل فيه but bref حكاية ريديكول على الآخر كيفاش عباد نجموا يقولوا كلمة nigger وعباد ما نجموش. It's just a word. I think might be wrong. Aside from being chief inspector of Lux Police, his wife Rochelle Lee Vance أمان مخي شميتية ولديها وشمتي فيا owns a general electronics company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favorite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
فما حاجة اسمها negatively ravishing.
I see the husband isn't with you.
What? The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. Is a way to deserve a préparation takaf. Yes? Why? I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. I don't know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, and getting close just because my husband is not here. As if that's something. والله as if that مش as if that's something. As if شي عملوا عاملة. Doesn't work like the word doesn't work like that. To think they have the gall to do this at my own party. Yeah, هذيك القوة فيش. شكون عيط لها؟ Bon, حكيت business in my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt. I'm an expression there. I'm worth my salt. جي على مريولة man, worth my salt. Oh, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity. والله جي على مريول تحفونة تعرف worth my salt. Just الأبيض على مريول أكحل.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Michelle isn't here.
قالت Michelle تو.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor.
She's still some young bachelor, techniquement.
The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her being pregnant and all.
I wonder who's the father. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin. I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there's something unsettling about him. Yeah, his fucking voice. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regales to my... He regale to my... to me tales of the Luxembourg Police Department, different affair to the usual gossip I'm privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy! Boy, I was wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the mutant chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What?
Rochelle has strange love and hate affair with Lee. What? He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s. Ah bon? Ah, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they have been married for a good 20 years. What? A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. 7 years is not enough. 7 years مش شوية. مش شوية. حتى 20 سنة 10 سنة. Pretty much عمرين بعضهم بزوز يجوا عمرين أنا. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. I mean, بتكون عنده دي défauts. Although my darling did have his moments.
Hey, the wife pulled my hair and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Move for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Square yards? قديش 55 square yards? قد يطلع 55 square yards؟ قد يطلع 55 square yards؟ square meters ترى؟ حكاية فارغة. حكاية فارغة. 45 متر. أمان دارنا أكبر ببرش. داري أكبر ببرش. Okay.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads.
لا كلك تاغا.
I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
Oh, it's too late for that. I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here. أفهمك يا بتخوين سارة. جملة. It's
the Ermagood mansion.
Oh my god. عندي وش ما قلتش.
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper.
It's already fixed.
You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
Yeah, well...
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
بون ما عادش بلاشز عاد على حساب هذا فغا بوبيير اللي عملته واش اسمها بون مش فغا بوبيير هذاك فغاجو I mean upper cheeks so فغاجو اللي عملته تقول متسينين تاع ناروتو مان what the fuck.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Holy shit, شنو اسمهم?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy too. Such good taste.
معناها برسمي كما قلت انا قبيله جون تحكي بالفرنسي كلمات بالفرنسي.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace.
باش تطلع المرأة اللي
She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom.
مسبقا بيتش هاس بيتش اس سمعت انا. سوهو مش بلاصة في الجاب.
I think I have a business card, right?
يا ودي هذيك هي شو اسمها شو يضحكوا مس مكلخلخ.
No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes.
لا ماريان بعض.
But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Wait a minute, اسكو دي قبل؟
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself.
هالي قبل ذي.
This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
يا خاطر يا صغيرة برشا بلاصة يا. بار نكتب شو بيكبر. Sure, a 3-story زادة. Story مكتوبة كذا. A 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Yeah, clearly. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. فدوش من grand parties. As it is, what if كيف 4 عبيتهم? I only invited about 30 people to this one. Yeah, it already feels cramped in here. Certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All looks شو شطابت ascenseur. خير ملي تكنيكمون العباد البخلين كيف هي تو. خير ملي باش تمشي هالديستانس هذيك خاطر ذيك فلات مش فلات نحكي فلات ابارتمنت. One floor. All looks words. Not mine. فسرتها. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? تعال شاشك وين؟ ما ثبتش في الدات أنا. October 21. October 21. Wait a minute. أنا October 21 بتاعك لحظة الساعة. نهار الكتاب به. Luke is dressed to the nines. الإكسبرسيون سمعتها قبل ما نعرفش معناها بس السيغة راهي. attends شو لوج عليها خاطر I think نعرف فما حكاية انتريسونت على الآخر. Dressed to the nines. Dressed to the nines. What's the origin of the phrase dressed to the nines? ترى one theory is that it comes from the name of the 99th Welshire Regiment, known as the Nines, which was renowned for its smart appearance. There are a couple of problems with the suggestion, though. It begins with kada kada, or it should have been the 9s rather than the 8th to the 7th to the 1 from the 1 to the 3, etc. remains unclear. Okay, أما سي انتريسون اللي يحكي فيها نوامر خاطر في الفرنسي يقولوا sur 131. بالحق الساعة ما نعرفش معناها الفاز هذيك. ما لوجتيش. sur 131. أما لو sur 131 ظهر لي على واحد كوستيم كرافات. ظهر لي حدا ذي على واحد كوستيم. sur 100 Goku. sur 131. Être sur 131. Définition et origine de l'expression. On ne connaît pas l'origine exacte de cette expression. GG a mis cette kamel. Signification, mettre ses plus beaux vêtements. Toutefois, plusieurs hypothèses ont été émises. La première concernant la Prousse. Il s'agit du 31. Il s'agirait du 31 du mois qui n'arrive que 7 fois par an, date à laquelle les troupiers recevaient un supplément pour terminer le mois. On aurait alors organisé de cette occasion, tous les 31 du mois, une visite de caserne. Ah, quel militaire, moi. I did not know that. Comme des définitions autres, des propos, des suggestions. Anyway, as usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler looks better than him, actually. His butler and valet waits at his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. What? Well, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
Shishi Khobs.
I am to attend the Triad Autumn tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Stop. هذيك هي والله ليه عندي اسامي متاع في مخي جست في شقول واحدة تطلع العمر مش عطيهم بعد غلط. Okay.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because one, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol.
But it's a tasting, it's not like I'm gonna drink.
And two, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer.
Found.
Mary Ann McCullough.
Found. ما نحكي كلها مشكلة مع اسمه في الكوتيه تاعهم متاع الرايت صح؟ نحكي كلها مشكلة مع الخير على الآخر نقلي.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
Let's take a jet.
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
مش كده صوت تبدل.
You know how I operate, Hana.
Hey, Windows
Unless it is
7.
penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct.
The rien.
Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
The rien وصوتك مش موديك جملة. مي الوغ لا جملة. عليها عطيني صوت مش كيوت. منظر كيوت.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
يوهانس يا يوهانس سن اكسون شنو هذا فرنسي مكسر ولا لا فماش زاد برشا المهم مكسره
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
هذا English bollocks.
Well, you did.
While
very hungover, in fact.
He did. Moaned about me being too loud. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. He fell from the stair. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
The truth, sir.
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Plus, I saw the future.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance.
سبة ذي يا جوردن بنت. سبة هذه معناها سيبوزي تكون. عطيك مش تسب واحد تعطي اسم راندم. أحمد بالخير عطيك. What the fuck?
If it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
She has a car.
Are we clear?
It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat. My favorite kind of sports. All couples have their arguments. Bedside sports. Once نعرف ما عندش معنى هذيك نعرف. I'm joking. Once the honeymoon phase is over. عندكم 7 سنين عرسين. What the fuck قالوا honeymoon. عام تقعد. As this حتى كان عام. As they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. حتى partner may see eye to eye to his partner. فمش من هذه هذه urban legend أتعس من الواحد من تاع الكاسو اللي ماشي له ولا شو ربي المنشن اللي ماشي له. فمش من الحكاية هذه. هذاك عايش بريفيرونس تعدي وقت مع البارتنر تاعك قبل ما تعرس واكثر وقت قد ما خير كي شوف دو بريفيرونس معاه جمله دونك كوابيتاسيون احسن حاجه باش تعرف العبد هذاك عشان مش عشان يجي مش كيما تعيش مع عبد مش كيما تعرف عبد في فرق بعيد. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Triad زحمة المافيا. Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreement, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong. God damn it.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Christmas tasting في نوفمبر. هذا في أكتوبر في الجو. في نوفمبر. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Not, I don't know. Have I acted shamefully? Shameful? Oh, I get what she means.
Yes, but Cardiff.
هو اسمه بنت كارديف ولا بلاش اسمه الخرا هذا ما طلعيش بيرسوناج جديد. God damn it. Certainly any problem can be discussed. Wait a minute. زكري بعد هانا. معناها فما حاجة تربط بين زكري وهانا. Whoa. Certainly any problem can be discussed as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Why must he treat me this way? Defend myself.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a
زيد الغلاسيون مع لوك.
we are doing what I want.
What?
I'm ecstatic. Understood?
You never know how ladies work.
And this would be perfect if you stop
Sarcasm.
acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times. يتنفس. Struggling to reply before he crosses his arms and looked like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No alcohol. And no flirting with the...
No wine.
Fucking cold. هاي ضربت يدي عليه. أعطيني نقمر وهي وضربت يدي.
No wine.
God damn. Okay, beer it is.
Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
Simple pleasure.
If I see you take one sip today,
It is, yeah.
I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
عملك اللي في الفيست هذاك.
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
God damn it! God damn it!
Whose side are you on?
أنت طالع بثلاثة يا يوهانس.
How many times in one day can you ask that?
500.
As many times as I need you, traitor.
The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared at the window the entire way. On a smartphone, not paying attention to anything around him. Yeah, he could use a smartphone. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for hanging, for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes lighten up in genuine interest, apologizing in the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. Acceptable. Unacceptable! The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period tasteful, decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. إلا ظفري ويحل هم بارتي ما حبش تتنحى خايف لك النحايا نحي الفر الكل. عندي ليم انا عندي ليم في الاسطوش تلايم ظفري بعد ما نكمل الحلقة. Where is it? Where is it? بهذا غلف لحظة بركوي. خاصني عندي أولوية ولا لقيت اللي. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Roxburn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate's prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. Wheel and Woe طلعت لي achievement. اوكي به. Anyway ظهر لي هنا باش نفكوا من عند اللاتر احنا. Anyway انا كاكش قص الابيسود هذا هنا قلت لكم قبل تخي بيانتو في ستار ليتس بلاي ذا لاتر دي سلاح كنتو بيان بكم على رواحكم بكم على ضفركم. Good job.